Lads, before we even get into this, I just need to give a whole preface to Freckleston, the speedrunner who just got the Shadows of Evil world record, literally, not even like 2 to 3 days ago, and now Steve has done it again with his 20-minute and 14-second record. This is just upsetting, man. How is it that these records keep getting beaten so fast, one after the other? We can't even keep up, man. And I was saying, oh yeah, it's going to probably take like a whole year. But now, only in less than a month, are we down 6 whole seconds on the speedrun. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I want to see what Steve does faster this time, because the fact that this has even gone faster is disgusting. So, let's see how he goes into it. Interesting that he goes right off for that one first. It's so funny that he hits the box when he's not even looking at it, like, from that singular point. What a jump, dude. And he goes up there to see the symbol, then he hits the box, then he hits the door, then he shocks. So much in one beast mode, man. It's always insane to me. I also always wonder, like, what is it that can even be fixed in terms of anything? I always said this last time. The flag step, I want to see improvements on. That's the one thing I don't think we will see improvements on, but it's the longest step ever. Because this can go from a 20-minute run to, like, a 16-minute run if somebody figures out a flag step skip. Like, there has to be a huge skip missing. This we saw last time, which again was so insane. Apparently, Freckleston was trying this entire run on a patched version of the game, which means that all the RNG is fixed towards the best possible outcome. And a sub 20 minute has been done by Freckleston on those patch runs. Obviously, it's not the official world record because this needs to be on the regular version of Shadows of Evil with Mega Gobblegums. But man, that is insane to think that it's possible. So I believe that I'm watching this 20-minute, 14-second run. 2014, shout out to 2014 by Steve. But I'm telling you, this is going to get beaten probably by next week. I'm not, like, you want me to put conservative guesses up? Screw that at this point. Screw that at this point. Everybody wants this Shadows record. Scotty Dogs is going it, the guy that we were just watching the Origins records from. Freckleston is going for it. Steve has come back out of nowhere, grabbing the world record again. The vitriol is high on Shadows of Evil. Let me just say that right now. And that's why I'm telling you, we are 100% going to be getting it back. Every time he pauses on the portal there, I'm telling you, it's probably just for loading the game faster. That's smart, to be honest. But yeah, again, a lot of this we've already seen. I could imagine that a lot of the skips that he has for these first 6 seconds honestly came right from that beginning strat where he opened it up. And also just making sure that you get all the optimal souls. Like, the spawn manipulation on these runs is absolutely insane. Killing them with a Widow's Wine nade like that. He's got a free nuke as well. I feel like we are now at this point also with Shadows of Evil where drop RNG, like I was saying, on both Origins and Shadows of Evil are going to make a huge difference. Not so much on this map, considering you get Gobblegums that can help you out. But man, I'm telling you, like, it's crazy to see that even after only a couple weeks, it's going to be going down. And I think, yes, a sub 20 minute, a 19-minute world record on Shadows of Evil, I'm going to say it could potentially happen this year. Could potentially happen by the end of 2023. If we get to sub 20, a 19-minute, like 58 world record or something like that, that would be something else here. Obviously, as well, Anywhere But Here is also used heavily within the Easter egg run. We don't see a lot of Anywhere But Here usage in the Black Ops 3 run, though, which I think is interesting for Origins, and I kind of wonder why we don't see Anywhere But Here as prevalently. I guess with Origins, there's just so many things that you have to be doing all at once, whereas Shadows is very easy. Like, it's just egg, sword, upgrade, flag step, boss, done, right? Origins is 4 staffs, their upgrade processes, then you're putting them in doing it all in the robots and all this other stuff. there's way too many parts to think about on Origins, which is why I don't think Anywhere But Here is as impactful. But I definitely think, if utilized correctly, can definitely speed up someone's time significantly. Like Shadows of Evil, I would say Anywhere But Here is way more useful. But yeah, not towards any of the other maps. Also, I know on maps like Zetsubo, Anywhere But Here is absolutely mandatory, right? So if it's absolutely 100% mandatory, then people should be finding skips for it about now. Like, we have had this game out for years. So it's just, I feel like Anywhere But Here is one of those gobblegums that's very tricky to understand, because a lot of times it can send you directly to a spot, but you have to make sure that certain doors are closed and certain doors are opened as well. So it's a lot, man, and that's why I understand for a map like Shadows, where there's a lot of doors that also aren't opened by points on this map, like with the beast mode and such. So this is crazy. Also, on my last video, I said that this strategy was new. It was new for me, but dude, again, this is so crazy to think that we have fully found and manipulated a way to hit it in a corner while you're doing the ritual, man. Seriously insane. I am curious though to see, like I said, more gobblegum testing on the flag step. That is honestly what I'm more interested now almost than the speed run at this point. I just want to see the flag step get skipped, man. Because every time it just takes too long. So I wonder if there's just like something you could do to like glitch it out or something. That's something that I always feel like can be a possibility on all these crazy Easter eggs, but a lot of the time it's not. So it's just me wishful thinking for the best. Mans is already about to be done his sword here. He's on his last ovum. Yeah, he's so fast. Even with returning back to human, he's already hitting the button. Crazy. And then all the spawn manipulation like that is insane. But like, you see that it can only be done with the doors closed like that. He just opened 3 doors in the span of 2 seconds. This man just lost so many points in like 2 seconds. Margot's going to come in here. Doesn't even matter. He's just going to start it up. Get it going. And yeah, he's standing in the corner, obviously, to proc his Anywhere But Here to get sent to the right spot. Being the pack punch. So I mean, yeah, a lot of these strats we've already seen, and a lot of them are similar, but it's just a much cleaner, faster run. And it's also crazy to see, like, the progression of this Easter egg on how it's literally gone by seconds. Seconds every time that it's being beaten. By, like, 1 to 2 seconds, right? So that is why I can imagine Freckleston and Scotty Dogs must just be absolutely pissed, because both of them have held these world records. But bro, these world records are going in days now. Not just weeks, not just months, not even years, man. Literal days. That's all there is to it now. Days. But yeah, it's so wild also just to see this much zombie rejuvenation in 2023. I was actually just recording a Greg FBS Zombies quiz video. If you guys want to go check that out on his channel soon. But dude, it was so wild just to think about like how there's so many TikTok memes of zombies blowing up right now with like all the AI stuff. And there's just so much hype for it on YouTube Shorts as well. It's just wild that like there's absolutely nothing in terms of like the game development side when there's so much love even half a decade later after this game is released, and people are still watching these, still wanting to know what is going to be improved on and how. That's what I think is so much fun, man, with these games. And that's why like they need to be able to make these iconic things. Listen, I believe in Kevin Drew for COD 2024. This man brought the hype back from D Machine. He got people like Tfue playing zombies again. I believe this hype is going to be rewarded, and I truly believe in Kevin Drew to bring it through with us, man. Jimmy Zielinski brought it. Jason Blundell brought it. Now it's time for Kevin Drew, man. And that's what makes me extremely, extremely excited. So again, he's timing these rounds perfectly. He's also getting perfect bug rounds and stuff for the Arch Ovum, because then you can just switch up these rounds a lot faster. I'm telling you, man, like, this Easter egg really can't get optimized in a lot of other areas other than trajectory, like I've said before, and obviously the flag step. The flag step, I'm telling you, even if you're not a speedrunner, get on the flag step. Get tested with that flag step. We need to be able to figure out a way to skip it, man. Like, I genuinely believe there is. I'm really hoping and praying, because like outside of that, you're really not going to see much improvements now, and we are seeing this now with the record only being beaten by just shy of a couple seconds, right? So I really hope to see that someone can at least figure out a way to either glitch it out or skip it entirely. If you skip it entirely, bro, you'd be able to do this Easter egg in like 12 minutes. You cut like 8 to 9 minutes back. That would be, I don't even know how that'd be possible, but that would be insane, right? It's just also weird that the flag set makes you do it makes you do it 4 times, even on solo player. Right? Like, imagine if it was only just 1 flag step per player. So then, literally on solo, you do 1 and then that would be it, bro. That would, I feel like, optimize the speedrun fully, but again, man, it is what it is. He's gotten definite better Gobblegum RNG, I think, on this run as well than his last run. That last run, I remember him spinning Gobblegums here for quite some time, man. And so he got anywhere over here and definitely helped out a lot here. But yeah, it's so crazy even through the years how many things have been solved to make this like faster, right? Like, I'm also wondering as well of like, because okay, so recently I made a video talking about Origins and how there's a blue screen bug, and I have not made an update video to that, but I'll just say it here because I don't think it really needs an update video. We figured out that the way that Origins has been crashing on all consoles is having trip mines and the golden shovel. Like, such a strange combo, right? But then you realize it and you're like, oh, with the golden shovels you can get trip mines, which somehow overloads the game. I feel like if you are pre-existingly have trip mines, and then when you go to the pack punch or buildable table and use it, it just crashes your game. So that's why I'm thinking, like, man, maybe there's something like that on Shadows, where like maybe, I know Nero is the better character to be, but what if you were like Jessica Rose and you were able to skip like part of a flag step or something, right? Like, I know sometimes it's not correlated, but listen, Origins, the golden shovel and the trip mine makes you crash. Those things are not correlated. Really, they're not. And they actually make you crash in the game. So that's why I'm saying, like, there has to be something like this on Shadows. And I think that's where we're really looking for the theory crafting and the myth busting here to be able to, like, at least solve it, right? And I'm curious, like, maybe even if maybe it has something to do with, like, disconnecting your game or something, and maybe that fixes it. But again, it's like, does that even count on the leaderboard website, right? Probably not. So there's so many things to think about, man, now that, like, I feel like such optimization has been made on this map that at this point, there's practically nothing left other than this step. Because look, he gets this step at what, 12 minutes, right? And he's not going to be done for a whole 8 minutes. So yeah, this Easter egg could be sub 13 without the flag step. And I've said this multiple times now, this is the problem of this run. So man also gets, like, it's also interesting, he's spinning for gobbles to get through his cycle here. Yeah, his Gobblegum cycle here was definitely better than his last world record, without a doubt. Also because he's not wasting his time on it. He's doing the flag step and hitting gobbles this time. So he's definitely having a way better run, even though it's only 6 seconds faster. But still, man. I'm just curious, like, other than the flag step, that's about it, man. Boss fight is fully fixed. Now you have Enurba here fixing up a lot of the routes on this map. The beast modes are fully optimized. This map is insane, man. And I always just think, like, there is no way that all of this was figured out and planned by Treyarch. Like, this is all luck. And again, it goes to show with these crazy speedrun strategies that are just not a part of the main gameplay mechanics, right? That go to show how amazing these maps are and how much love these maps have been put into them. And that's why, like, it doesn't surprise me that Shadows of Evil is the on-disc map and that Origins also is the... Origins is not an on-disc map, but it was Blundell's first map ever, and outside of Mob, right? That he put his whole bussy into. Like, this man put his whole soul into that map, right? And that's why I'm like, okay, there's no wonder that there's so many little extra things, right? Because Jason Blundell just made Mob and Origins on BO2, right? And that's why, like, even when BO3 came out, a lot of people were saying that the quality wasn't as high as those two maps, and I get that, man, because it's like he spent so much time and resources just on those two maps, which is why you're still seeing things like this in 2023, almost 8 to 10 years later, being solved, which mind blows me every single time, man. And yeah, hopefully he gets faster round transitions here compared to last time, because I know he was struggling to end the round on one of the flag steps a little bit slower than the others. So yeah, it would be interesting. It would suck. I can imagine doing this whole Easter egg as well and just like failing a flag step and you're on pace for like a world record or something. That would be just sad. But honestly, I feel like these players are too good. They would never let that happen, man. They'd absolutely never let that happen. So there we go. Another flag step done. To me, it doesn't make sense why you have to do 4 on solo still. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah. I mean, on Origins, you have to do 4 as well for solo, but I guess they did take that out after Shadows of Evil, right? You ain't got to make 4 unless you're offline. So here we go. He does have a nuke, man. I get that he's not grabbing it because, yeah, they're still spawning in. And I believe this was similar to his run last time. But, yeah, you can also tell, I find, sometimes by, like, the way the zombies sound, too. Like, that they're either ending or still coming. But yeah, grabs Death Machine here. Interesting play, man. He does have another nuke. Like, it's always so hard to tell. Like, did he grab it the most opportune time there? I think he actually did. He took them all out, the ones that were spawning, and he got the rest out of the windows. Like, that was probably the fastest he could have done there. I don't think he could have done faster. And yeah, like, all these little things add up. He also gets a huge bug round here as well during another flag step, which is very, very good, man. Just being able to cycle through these flag steps is extremely, extremely important. Which is why, like, dude, it would be so cool if, like, round robin, you use it while you're, like, transitioning the flag or placing the flag down or something, and it just skips all the other ones and you only have to do 1. I don't know. I obviously don't think that's how it works, but, like, this flag step is obviously the longest part. But to be honest, like, the flag step is the Easter egg, right? I don't count upgrading the sword to be part of the Easter egg. The flag step pretty much is the Easter egg outside of the Shadow Man little boss fight, right? So it is also interesting as well for this map because the 4-player record will always be longer than the 1-player record on this map, I find. Unless I'm wrong. No, 100% it has to, because, like, you have to do 4 upgrades, 4 eggs, 4 swords, just so many more zombie spawns needed. And you have to do the final step of this Easter egg, which is not included on solo, 2-player, 3-player. Which is, like, actually, like, it's hard to do if you're playing casually. But as a speedrun on the Easter egg, I mean, that must be annoying. Like, spamming electricity on the boxes, getting all the rails electrified, and then shocking it with a tram. Definitely takes a little bit longer, I would think. But yeah, man, these solo records always are definitely the more interesting ones, I would say. But yeah, man, I believe this will be beaten. Like I said, sub 20 is possible. And probably it will be beaten before 2024. That's my guess. I'm throwing it out there. We're gonna get a sub 20 run before 2024. The heat is on with this map, man. Which is why I know it's gonna happen. Great round end there as well. I don't also know if he had this optimal of a bug round for his flag steps in his other game. But that was really good. And yeah, it's also funny because on his splits, he was actually a little bit late to the sword and the ovum. It's just his flag steps that he did superbly here. And yeah, I do think that bug round definitely helped too. But yeah, here we go. I thought I had 1 eye left only. Ah, bruh. Uh-oh. Oh, dude, oh, yeah, this is a little bit nerve-wracking, but this is the thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about time, you're waiting for the flag. Look how many bugs there are. Oh my gosh. I love how it's so funny that the heart just keeps dropping and he never picks it up because you just don't need it. So there you go. Flag is picked up. He's got nukes. I mean, yeah, definitely better Gobble RNG as well. Just a more cleaner run, and not even by much, man. Just by 2 small little RNG aspects. But yeah, he is now about to crack the... Okay, so he gets anywhere but here. Leaving the flag here for anywhere but here 5th hit is so scary. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was a wild move, because you literally just have to hope nothing happens. Uh-oh. Swap the HV. Ooh, that flag was weak, bro. Oh, man, that flag was weak. And even that fast KRM reload was too slow for all of them to come out. Yeah, if he didn't swap to the HVA there, I think he would have lost this run. Wow. He also hits anywhere but here fast this time. There we go. Man, oh man, this run is insane, dude. And yeah, dude, like, dude, not even that far from sub 20, bro. He's literally about to be done in 4 seconds. And that's time. Wow. Sheesh! Wow, Steve. Absolutely disgusting. 15 seconds less, and that's sub 20, man. And it's gonna happen so soon. And I'm utterly impressed. Who's gonna get it, though? My prediction, man, Steve came out of nowhere, but honestly, I think Freckleston is grinding this, bro. I think he's gonna come out and get the sub 20. I think that will be really interesting to see who gets it, but I mean, we'll see, Steve. Who knows? Thank you again so much for watching, chat. If you did enjoy and want me to continue uploading more reactions of these speedruns, let me know, and I will see y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in that next one, boys.